Today is March 6, 2015, and I'm going to do a two-part video explaining how I record saxophone, how I record bass, or even electric guitar for that matter. I'm not here to try to explain that Mac is better than PCs, or that one interface is better than the other, or one microphone is better than the other. I've had about 50 private messages asking me how do I do my recordings for my music when I post up certain videos. And it's not really a big process. I learned all this by myself from reading, from going online, asking questions. And basically that's how I got started. So no one taught me, but since a lot of people have been asking me questions, I am trying to help everyone out there so that it becomes a little easier. In particular, a gentleman in Greece who I believe is in college has sent me messages back and forth wondering how I do my recordings and how come they come out so crystal clear. In this part of the video, you can see that I have a condenser microphone, the MXL 770, which I'm speaking through. Now, understand that when I do these videos, I am recording, and I'm also recording video, obviously, and recording audio. Now, what happens is in this situation, you're going to get two audios. So you're going to get an audio from your camera, and you're going to get an audio which is running into my interface. Now, the way it works is, if you ever watch a movie, you always see the director say, cut. Well, the reason why they do that is that's their timing. So when they're going to splice up the movie, they can put the audio to match the words. So that's a timing mechanism that they use. You don't have to buy anything like that. If you're gonna video and audio and do everything, I just do a clap in the beginning, so I time everything. So what happens is, in my editing software, I particularly use iMovie, but you know, people use Final Cut Pro. There's so many softwares out there. You know, I know what I use and what works for me, and it's fairly simple and straightforward. I do have other cameras and I can do other angles, but I do this out of my living room. And so basically, I would have to set everything up and I'm done, then take everything down. It's a lot of work. So I try to keep it simple and fast forward. So in editing, what you want to do is you want to match this audio right here, with what you're doing. So if I'm playing saxophone, I want to match this to what I'm playing. And if you know your technique, the style you play, it kind of becomes fairly easy. Another tip or trick that you can use, although it's a little difficult even for me, is you use the audio from your camera to match it up with this audio by going 50% on each track and then listening. And once they match up almost perfect, there's your splicing timing so that everything matches up. And then what you do is, in your final edit, you're gonna turn off the audio from your camera completely, and this audio becomes your main sound. The reason why I'm showing this video with this is because when I start to videotape the items that I use for my music, I am not going to use this mic. I am going to then use the mic that's on that camera, so you will be able to see the difference in quality. Now, being able to use this audio also gives you the chance that if there's any noise going on, or if you have your television on, usually I have my TV on a Nat Geo or some other educational programs, it doesn't really bother me because I know that I'm going to eliminate those background noises, and I'm only going to use my microphone, which is running through my interface, and that interface is connected to the Macintosh. I am now going to shut the camera off, and in the second part of the series, I will videotape the parts that I use. And then I will show you guys how to use GarageBand really quick. I am not going to make this a lengthy video. There are tons of YouTube videos out there explaining how to use GarageBand. In fact, there's one called GarageBand and Beyond. I think this gentleman is from California. He is a guitar player, and he is a GarageBand master. I just kind of mess with it a little bit, and I can survive, and I could probably get a job doing it, but he's very good at it. You know, I know, you know, bits and pieces of it, and if I get a little lost, I start to read real quick and figure things out. So I'm going to show you how to select tracks and start to record, basically. And I'm not going to make it lengthy. It's going to be pretty quick because a lot of people use Audacity or they use other software. I use GarageBand. I use iMovie. So when you record music, it's going to be a two-step process. You're doing video, you're doing audio, then you have to match the two. Once you match the two, then you can start editing. So if you want to put like words and things, it's more of a three-step process. But I try to keep it simple and make it fast. So upon my return, I will start videotaping the items that I use, and you can get an idea. And the sound will only come from the video camera sound, no longer through the interface. So in this part of the video, the audio you are listening to is coming from my Canon Vixia HD camcorder. So you can tell the difference. Now here's the mic that I use, the condenser mic. I don't recommend this mic for live playing. For some reason, I'm not too happy with the live playing sound, but it works excellent for recording purposes. It does condense the sound the way it's supposed to. And these things are not expensive at all. I think they average about $100, $120, but I went on B&H's side. I buy everything from B&H, and they had it for $72. And then you have to buy this cable, which was I think $19.99. So you buy that cable, and you connect it to that part. I'll stop the video, and I'll show you where the other end goes connected to. And this is where you're going to be playing from. That's the front of my M-Audio, my interface by M-Audio. The top part, just ignore. That's just the Mac SuperDrive. But that's where the mic gets connected to one of these channels. Now, these are not expensive, either or, and it has two slots in the back. Now, this is a cheapy one. This was only a 2-channel, and this one only cost $200. They do make them bigger for more money and more channels. These are great for podcasting, and this is what a lot of people use. This is what the top looks like. It says M-Audio on there. There you go. And let me just stop the video. I'll show the back of it. Now there's the back of it. So it's fairly straightforward. It gets connected to your computer via FireWire. There's your FireWire connection. It does come with the FireWire cable. And if you have cabs like I do, because I play bass, I connect my amp to channel 1 there. And then the sound is able to come out through my home cabs. I have a few of these TC Electronic cabs. So they're excellent for you know, for what the purpose is, which is for bass playing. But I do run the saxophone through it. And then what I do at home is I do have a bunch of pedals. And one of my favorite pedals for running the saxophone through for live purposes is my TC Electronic, which gives you reverb, or as if you're playing in a loft or a big church. So you get a lot of nice echoes, and it does have a lot of nice features. Let me just stop the video and I'll show you what that particular pedal looks like real quick. There's the pedal, the Hall of Fame TC Electronic. Now I use this for bass and guitar. I think I have 3 TC Electronics and a few Aguiar pedals, but this one in particular I love for saxophone playing, because you can select loft, you can select room. It's just amazing, and it gives you that real nice sound. Now again, I won't use this with the condenser mic, because for live playing I'm not happy with the condenser mic. So I would go for like a Shure, I believe it's the SCH M80 or M58, I believe it's the M58, which will work perfect for this. Or obviously some type of a wireless clip-on system for a saxophone. Anyway, that's the equipment. Fairly straightforward, you know, nothing crazy. M-Audio, microphone gets connected to that. That gets connected to the Macintosh or your PC. Launch your software, add tracks, start your recordings, and off you go. In this part of the lesson, I will show you how to run GarageBand once your instruments are connected to your interface. Remember, you will need an interface so that the sound is crystal clear. You will also need an interface that will sustain the amount of instruments that you will be recording. For instance, if you have 4 instruments, you will need an interface with 4 channels. It is that simple. Once your instruments are connected, you will then select a track for each instrument. So I hit the plus sign, or where it says track, new track, you will get a drop down window. For a flute, saxophone or anyone singing, you will select the microphone. You create a track, so forth and so on. So if you want bass, you hit the plus sign, it'll create another track. If you want drums, they're connected, hit plus, it'll create another track. Each instrument will have its own track and its own microphone and recording for future adjustments in audio. If you are going to use a backing track that is from anywhere on the internet and you want to record with the backing track, you simply grab the track and you will also drop it into GarageBand. As you can see, it is preparing my backing track. Once the backing track is in, you are then ready to record over that backing track. It is that simple. Once the operation is done, you can then save the track, put it wherever you want, and then you can upload it to the internet. Remember, if you're going to do video with audio, you have to match each one.